Flappers, are you guys having fun? Yeah? We'll see what we can do about that. I gotta start out by telling you, your beard is awesome. And what a great feeling it is for me personally to be back in the Amish community doing stand-up. This is terrific. Thanks, Jebediah. So I flew in from out of state, and tonight it was time to get ready to come here, and I grabbed all this stuff out of the suitcase, and this shirt and everything was it was a wrinkled mess. It was god-awful. So I ran up to the Dollar Tree, and I run up to the counter and I said, "Have you guys got any of that spray-on stuff that'll take wrinkles out?" And she pointed me to it, and I got that stuff and I sprayed it on, and I think it looks pretty good, right? I mean, it looks okay. So that got me thinking. I'm turning the corner on 70 years old, and as I've gotten older, I have developed a neck that looks like a 90-year-old vagina. So I took some of that shit and I sprayed it on, and check this out. It's a miracle drug. It's a miracle drug. So 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer, and I had to have surgery, and I'd never had surgery before. I didn't know how any of that stuff went. And I found out the hard way that sometimes they forget to tell you stuff, about surgery and what might happen. And so I didn't find out until I woke up in recovery, and this is a no-shitter, guys, that men who have the surgery that I had lose up to 15% off the length of their penis. Yeah, we're not laughing now, are we? So, and I mean, I heard that, and I was so mad. I was just so pissed off because, they should tell you that stuff in advance. And had I known about that in advance, maybe I would have chose to do something different, like, I don't know, like die. But a friend of mine came up, and he was visiting, and I was bitching to him about this, and he listened for a little while, and finally he stopped me. He goes, Carl, stop. He says, "What's the problem, man? It's only 15%." And I said, "Well, I don't know. I'm white." But anyways, I said, let me just kind of break this down for you. I said, if you go into a surgery like this and you've got a foot-long dick, 15% is no problem. You go in, you got an 8-inch dick. Not that I would know, but I'd guess that'd be no problem either. But if you go into this surgery and you've got a 4-inch dick, and I'm not saying I did, but you guys look like a little bit older crowd. Maybe you've been out of school for a while. Let me help you with the arithmetic on this. 15% of 4 inches is a lot of penis. And so it came time for me to go home. And they, when I left the hospital, I had a catheter in me, and I had a hose stuck in a bag taped to my leg. It was the whole deal. And I get home, and I was exhausted. I was just exhausted. And I walked in the front door, and I just head for the couch, and I lay down on the couch, and I am out like a light. And my wife decides maybe it was a good time to catch up on some housework. So she starts up the Roomba, thing. And she starts that up, and it takes off, and it's tracking around. And finally, it comes by the couch. And as it goes by, it snags on my catheter hose. Yeah. No shit-o. And so, it snags on my catheter hose, which is like so not ideal. And, but something that was sort of cool about that was at that moment I became the only person on the planet ever to be dragged backwards off a couch by a Roomba. Dick first. And as that was happening, I had this like moment of clarity, and everything went into slow motion. And I looked down, and I thought, shit, It's never been that long before. And I want you guys to know that I gained 20% on the length of my penis that day. So you guys have a great night.